I won't bore you with all the details of this because I did it on the other video, but I've done that first hole and threaded it. I'm just doing this next one, and to sort of save some steps and the fact that I haven't got a long enough drill of a small diameter, I'm actually going straight in here with a this is 13mm. I just sharpened it up, and there's no pilot hole here. This is going straight in. I just find this quite amazing. Straight in with a 13mm into 316L stainless, and it's cutting really well. So I just snapped the drill off inside there. It was just as it was coming out at the end, I was almost done. It takes some doing to snap a drill like that as well. So let's just see if I can bash it out from the other side. Stuck right down in there. Right, with quite a bit of battering later, I managed to get the broken piece out. Anyway, so I think that puts an end to my drilling activities for today. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to get a selection of drills that are longer. This is a shame because this was a 14.5 one, which was just right for doing the M16, I think, off the top of my head. Anyway, I'll do something else. Right, this is a little bit more difficult than I thought it was going to be, but what I'm going to do, the tray here, I've got to get this part welded on at 45 degrees. So the tray is in and clipped into its bracket. I'm just using that as a reference point to find where I'm more or less flat. It's not super critical, but now I mean, it is a bit, you know, I can kind of wiggle the tray a little bit, but we'll call that's going to be my base point. I'm trying to get the tray into its sort of most comfortable position, which seems to be about there. That is now flat. And then what I'm going to do, well, I've locked it using this clamp. I think. I suppose that moved. Yeah. There. Okay, so that's about flat. And now I welded these 3 bits on, and this has to be at 45 degrees now relative to this. So what I'm going to do is use this amazing method, which is to put this on and wiggle it round, and it's up against the weld. Great. This, and I meant to bring a smaller spirit level from home, but I forgot it. That's actually it there. So I've now just got to make sure that this is positioned right for my gap. It feels okay inside. Right, I've just tacked it on. Just got to make sure my gap is right. It's about right. There's a little pig there, but I'll have to lump it. So let's just get that to that's flat or less, and then last check. It's at 45, so like I said, it doesn't need to be super accurate, this, because once it's on, the only thing that would actually be out is the level of this tray. And, you know, if it was there or a little bit round, it wouldn't really matter. So it's all good on the inside, and I'm happy that everything is all correctly aligned. So it's just a matter of running around now and weld it together. So you can see I'm just kind of coming round with the bead, and it's just this little bit here was where the gap was a little bit too big for my liking, but I just had to put up with it. So I had to feed in quite a little bit of rods. I'm just going to see. Yeah. So let me just clean that. So I'll just keep going around like this. So I'll put the camera on for the very last bit. So the gap was a bit big there, so I was really having to wash it across, but that should be it. Now there was just one bit. There was just one bit somewhere. It wasn't happening there. Yeah, it's there. It's as I was. I forgot to clean up this part, this piece, as I was coming across. So as I tied into the next piece, it kind of I got some muck in it. So I'm just going to grind that out and do it again. So I've just ground that tiny little bit out there, and I'm just going to fill that in now. Ow! Oh, don't forget to put the earth clamp on. Oh. I felt that go straight through my glove. Gone all the way round. As you can see. Just leaving enough for me to see, so I can do the final pass. So just while I'm letting this cool down a bit, because I don't want to get it too hot, I'll just see if anybody wants to go to the park. Anyone want to go around the park? Want to go to the park? Come on. Okay, so I finished the welding on that now. So just waiting for that to cool down. In fact, bought this cheap gadget. I'm not sure how accurate it is, but it says it's 87. I tested it on some water before, hot water, and it did, boiling water, it did seem to be okay. I said it was 100 or 90 something. Anyway, I'm just going to quickly cut this little dangleberry off there, where I blobbed through a bit. I knew I'd done it, but because I can get through to this side, I didn't worry about it. Let me just chop that off. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make these little tab things. What do I call them? Mounting brackets, and they're just to mount it to the battery pod to the hull. So, and I have checked the dimensions against the real thing. So I'm just going to cut these 3 tabs, and I'm going to finish off the end of the battery tray. So I've cut and marked the positions for all these pieces, and just clean these up, get mill scale off them. Right, now with this sort of joint, I've got to be careful that it doesn't twist over to one side, which it will tend to do with welding. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to restrain it. I'm going to start with a bit of an angle and let the weld pull it into position. That is the idea. Stand by for me having to do this again. So I've just taken the tray out and I've just made this little piece just to kind of fit in there. So let me just quickly weld that in place. So I just got to put a little tab on there. So I'll just put that on next week. That won't take 5 minutes, but that's battery pod 1 done.